Hi Capricorn, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of June, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month, it's called Two Sides, One Story, and basically it's a reading that looks upon the theme of light and shadow being played out in a question you might have in mind, a situation or a relationship where trying to evaluate kind of the balance between the challenging and the positive aspects presented within one situation. So, if you would like to know more details about that special offer or any other of my services, again, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So, Capricorn, it does feel like throughout June you might be on a quest here to free yourself from something that is taking a toll on your ability to connect and generate good things for yourself, solely for yourself. So there's something here about you wanting to be in your power, you wanting to feel liberated to pursue your own interests. A side of dependencies that might be kind of an issue here for some of you. You really focused on just breaking free from what dims your light, what keeps you from manifesting the abundance and the sense of self-worth and self-care that you really are in high need of. There's a sense of a high dose of self-love, of self-nurturance that is indicated as being extremely important to help you throughout these times. And whenever you're feeling limited in situations that kind of put you down in a very heartbreaking way. I feel like for some of you there might be things that during June are really causing emotional pain for some of you, or suffering. It might be that you dislike the direction your relationships might be taking during this time. It's like you don't see much progress in something that is starting to become here kind of a burden. For some of you, you're carrying the burden of others as well on your heart, and there's a need to be sympathetic. There's a need to be in this energy of compassion towards other people you care about and their suffering, but there also needs to be a redirected focus in you, meaning that what about you? What about your suffering? What about the things you need? What about your own heart? Because I feel like some of you Capricorns for some reason might have been in this kind of constant aid or helpful presence for your loved ones, and you might have along the way kind of neglected your own needs. And June is to bring you closer to that sense of understanding of what it is that you truly need to fill up your cup, to fill up yourself, so then you can have plenty to offer to others. And some of you might have a hard time detaching from something that you really care about emotionally. So it could be a relationship, it could be also an endeavor, a project that you're very emotionally attached to, and you can't really back off in times where you're advised to do that to your own well-being. And June presents a lot of moments that warn you to back off, detach a little bit, focus your energy elsewhere, create a bubble of protection to what you have more sacred, which is your energy. So the Six of Swords is in your unconscious, so unconsciously throughout the month, things you aren't aware of, they have this intention to, again, detach, to help you detach and in a healthy way, distract energy into wanted places, from unwanted to wanted places that would bring you into a very good position, which is the Empress as a result. So you move into your season, you know, really seated in your throne of power. Your season, no, I'm sorry, the Cancer season, which is your opposite sign. So you move into Cancer season, that's what I wanted to say. And as you move into July, feeling much better and much more accomplished than perhaps what you are initially feeling during June. I feel like there's a level of transition from Gemini season to Cancer season that speaks loud to this process of empowerment and feeling much better with yourself and with your life. So if things start off weird during June, where you're in a negative mindset, or where you see things really dark, and that is a possibility, being that in the soul position you have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is an energy that makes us really feel very limited, very insecure within our own sense of power to change any circumstances that are unwanted, any circumstances that makes us feel kind of uh, you know, tight, where you feel tight, Capricorn, in June. This is going to be important to address, not because you don't have a way out, but because of what that might represent, why you're in that position, what led you to be in that position. And for some of you, you might be in a moment where you're experiencing the Eight of Swords vibe because you allowed yourself to be constantly on the go for others or for things outside of you, and forget to kind of water, the internal seeds where you constantly again create and generate good things for your life. You have the Empress here, so there's a lot of this Venusian vibe that is also um, an important influence for some of you, which means that your system of values, how you what you value, including yourself, your values, your possessions, your relationship with money, your relationship with people, the way you feel good or you don't feel good in your skin, are themes of major importance. And this is even more amplified as you have the Queen of Cups in the heart of the reading. So really, the Queen of Cups in the heart of the reading really is as literal as moving to the heart space when you want to figure something out. Because this is where you will know what you need and what you don't need, and especially how you truly feel about something. If you feel like you can't move out of a situation because there's a level of, again, dependency, it could be emotional dependency for some of you, you will pretty soon kind of figure that that's not your reality, or that's not how it really has to be. It's how you're making it to be. It doesn't have to be that way. For others of you that this is about wanting to heal from something, you will be pushed into the right direction to find that healing and to find a supportive moment as you move into July, where you feel just much better. There's a sense also of luck for some of you Capricorns, associated with moves, associated with trips, associated with relocations or just vacations and things of that nature. So for some of you that are planning to do that, or will feel like you have to get away, even if it's just like a weekend getaway, I feel like there's something lucky about movement to other areas that kind of would also help you be, in that bubble that I was speaking, where you're kind of, in a space where you can really bloom and you can really think and feel and breathe without having so much conditions around you that kind of suffocate you or limit you from really getting what you should get, which is, there's something really precious about a plan you have in motion, a plan or a relationship. It could be both. If you are in a relationship and things, might seem kind of heavy during June, if you feel like you can't emotionally express yourself to a partner, or if you feel like a partner has not been the most emotionally, expressive to you, that will find its point of resolution as you give space for things to happen in their own time. Like if you focus a lot on the need, the dependency again on the need to validate anything from others, this might delay the fruition of your desires. But if you give it just a little time and a little space, and again, a little time and a little space, I feel like you will have the opportunity to have the heart reveal that you want, being in your own if you're trying to figure how you feel, being also if you're dealing with someone um, that you're wondering about, what they really want, how they really feel. Some of you Capricorns are moving into Cancer season, and Cancer season is representative of your opposite sign, which includes the seventh house energy, which includes partnerships. And I feel like the aspect of relationships and partnerships, as I said, is also going to become more and more significant. I feel like for some of you, you might be connecting with someone at this time that has a real sense of empathy towards you as you towards them. But it's interesting because it feels like you're dealing with someone, there's a person of interest for some of you Capricorns that is kind of mirroring a lot of what you're going through. So, what you feel you're struggling the most in your life, this person might also be struggling a lot with the same very own things. And so there's this type of mirroring effect that is as beautiful as complex. Some of you have complex relationship dynamics that are, what they are. I keep getting like there's a sense of acceptance to the natural dynamics you tend to attract when it comes to your love life, and when it comes as well to relationships at a personal level. It's just a narrative that presents itself as being complex, meaning that it does not mean that it's not going to get better. It's just not as plain and as simple as maybe what we would like it to be. So just give it a little time for those that are, stressing about this. For others of you, there might also be something here about your relationship with your mother, with a mother figure, or if you are a mother or about to be a mother, there might also be issues pertaining to the mother archetype that should be kind of analyzed and, really felt deeply in your heart. Some of you have a lot of love that is coming out. So where maybe you have felt, lack of love, or where you have felt insecurities when it comes to that energy, or where you felt inhibitions, like you couldn't express your feelings, you couldn't relate, or even feel, empathy or for others, that is all about to change. There's a significant openness of your heart chakra, significant increase here of openness when it comes to your heart chakra in space, that is beautiful and going to lead to wonders, because the Empress is about wonders, but it's also a lot about the feminine energy. So it's more of a time to be passive, to be quiet, to listen, to feel, to create. It's a time to allow the flow of the Six of Swords to take you perhaps elsewhere, perhaps take you someone unpredictable but that would feel right, take you somewhere nice, take you somewhere out of your routine or out of your usual choices, because just hitting the pause button during June, can be so, for some of you, it's like therapy, so therapeutic, that allow yourself that break, allow yourself to take things a little bit easier. And also, I feel like for some of you Capricorns, don't doubt yourself so much. Like the Eight of Swords is that constant feeling of I'm not good enough, I can't escape the situation, I can't leave the situation, I can't do better, I can't, be really careful with how you choose to define what you can or can't do in your life, because the Empress is the opposite of that. The Empress knows that she is extremely fertile. She's the generator of life, constant life. So it's moving from really a mindset of lack into a mindset of full abundance, that kind of June is meant to bring here as a preposition of the universe. So I hope you have a great month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.